What's up, fellas?
Hey, what's up?
How are we doing? Top of the morning.
Top of the day. Man, it's late.
Well, I mean, it's still morning.
It is.
It's late, but it's still morning.
We call it morning.
It's
Nice,
like
bright,
10:40.
early morning. Yes.
I slept late. I can't be saying.
Did you go to the gym, Sean?
I did it. I was late.
Dang.
You know, if I'm late here, I didn't make it to the gym.
Did you go to the gym last night?
I did.
I went this morning because I didn't go last night. I took a seat down at home and I knew it wasn't happening. So I just went this morning.
That's how it goes,
and then I'll go
man.
again tonight. I'll make up for it.
That's how it goes.
What's going on, Mike? What you up to, brother?
I'm trying to find some wheel spacers for Dave's Bentley right now. So you guys probably seen that video already. We got the Bentley all dialed in, but the wheels are pretty sunken in. So we need to put some spacers on it for now until we get the new body kit that is going to be a lot wider, and then we'll get custom wheels made for it. So for now, we're just looking for some spacers to make it look a lot better. And yeah, I'm trying to find some. Found some on eBay here for pretty cheap. Hopefully they're decent quality. 20 millimeters, we can go 20 millimeters in the rear, 15 millimeters in the front. Bolt them up.
Could we buy like a kit with a couple different sizes? Maybe we could get a little bit bigger one.
Well, the thing is with these kits, since it has lug bolts,
Oh, it comes with them?
yeah,
That's cool.
but it comes with them and they're the right length for that spacer.
I
So
see.
they're 20 millimeters longer than stock for the 20 millimeter spacer. So with those bolts, if you put a 25 on it, now you're like,
No way.
Yeah, not enough thread capture, and that's a heavy car.
Yeah.
So we don't want the wheels falling off that thing. But I think, I took a look at it yesterday and measured it, and it looks like a 20 and 15. And Dave's buddy who we got the lowering kit from told him that 20 and 15 is what they put on it. Fits well. So that's what we'll go for. But I do need to measure the Mercy, because that thing also needs wheel spacers, and I don't know what to put on it yet. So I think I might grab a ruler, go over there and measure it out and try to get an idea of how thick of a spacer to put on there, so we can order spacers for that too.
Real quick, have you ever had a wheel fall off while you were driving?
You got a tire on.
That tire.
Oh, I would imagine you've had tons of tires come
Yeah,
off. But...
yeah.
Canada?
Oh, Canada.
Oh, Canada.
Canada.
That was a good time.
Dude, that was good. So, man, that was a while ago. Is that
This thing is like, what, 27?
16?
16 or 17?
Yeah,
Wait,
17.
was your first year on Achilles was 17 or 16?
16. I think I had that loudmouth exhaust
Yeah,
livery.
yeah, the blue.
Yeah.
the blue.
Was that what it was? Or is it the white and purple and pink livery?
White and purple and pink.
I thought
Yeah.
it was like
pretty cool.
blue.
Yeah,
Oh,
for my
no.
daughter.
I think
Oh,
Yeah.
he
yeah?
had
Yeah.
the blue and white before the pink.
Yeah,
pink
yeah.
one. So that had to.
When
have
was it,
been
I don't know.
17.
17, probably. Yeah. But we were in Saint Eustache Raceway in Canada,
Quebec.
in Quebec.
Quebec.
Quebec. I don't know how you say it.
Quebec.
I'll have to ask Dave when he gets here what the proper pronunciation is of that. He'll probably
He'll
get it
just
wrong.
judge the city. He'll be like, the east side of Canada, that sucks.
We're all West Siders.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're out there at that track, and it's like the section of the track. They have a road course too that's really nice, but we ran in like this little oval track. Fox.
That's a nice
That's
fox.
a dog.
Yeah. I don't know. That looks kind of coyote-ish. Looks a little raggedy.
Yeah, it is.
So we're at this track basically. It's like an oval track, but not banked. And on the oval, it's basically like concrete walls. But in the middle of the oval, there's actually like these gates that open. So it's concrete, and then it like steps back to the metal gate, and then it comes back forward to concrete. And so I was running behind Vaughn, and he initiates. And right after initiation, he starts to understeer when he gets on the throttle. And I see his front wheels go from like counter steer into full understeer, and he's slowing down because the front tires are sliding. So I had to lift off the throttle to not crash into him. And doing so, when you lift, the car starts to float backwards. It's not carrying that arc anymore. It starts to basically walk wider. But if I'm on the throttle, the car's picking up speed, and I'm probably going to crash into him, which in hindsight is what I should have done. But always hit him.
Always just hit him.
Yeah, in FD, when in doubt, smash into the car in front of you. That's your best chance of winning.
Yep.
So when the driver in front makes mistakes, you hit him and you go, he made a mistake, that's why I hit him. But what happened was I saw him crashing, and he was hitting the wall, understeering, so I backed out of it. I tagged the wall. He got just on the throttle just soon enough to walk the car out and not crash, but I ran into the wall and it sucked me in, and I hit basically that step in the concrete wall with the front end of the car, ripped the front wheel off, destroyed like the entire right side of the car, broke the engine mounts and the transmission mount, and a lot of other stuff. So I slammed into that wall hard that year. And then another year, tagged the wall on initiation when I was leading, going too hard, trying to, just throw down a killer run, and it was pretty good. But basically, I tagged the wall just a touch. It knocked the edge of the wheel and broke a chunk out of the wheel.
Oh, wow.
So the tire deflated, and basically started to walk off the car on the inside. I just kept going. I stayed in it. And when I went to transition, the tire came off the car and literally like passed me.
Yeah.
But whatever, I just stayed in it and kept going and drifted the entire track on one broken rim.
You like transition onto loaded up just the wheel with no tire. That shit was crazy.
Yeah. It was, I didn't win, obviously, but I'm glad I stayed in it and didn't just just drive off the track. The crowd was hyped. Everybody loved it. Tons of people came over afterwards and were trying to get the wheel. So that was probably one of the best losses that I've had. It was the most entertaining, for sure.
Yeah. Canada is always a good time. Like the fans and everything out there were just wild.
Yeah, it was
like so hype.
It was really cool, right? So they were camped out.
Oh yeah, right outside.
Right outside, like on the grass. It's all wet and muddy, and they're just like so pumped to be there. It was really cool. It's
That's
kind of
awesome.
like Atlanta vibes. In Atlanta is a really cool, great spectators out there, like really cool fans. But Canada was like just next level. Like they did not care. They were there for drifting, whether it was raining, cold, sleet, hot. They did not care. They were down. 15 millimeter, but that might hit
Like one turning.
the fender. And knowing that these are carbon fiber fenders, we cannot roll them. So maybe we'll just go with a 10 mil spacer here.
Yeah, that would help a lot.
Yeah, I think a 10 mil in the front. The front's not too bad.
No.
The rear is a lot more sunken, especially with this tire. It's like really stretched on this wheel. What size are these things? It's really dark and I cannot see. Oh yeah. Well, that's a 335. So that's probably a 13-inch wheel. It's a wide boy. So we're not putting bigger tires on this thing. Let's see how big of a spacer we can put. Say 20 mil in the rear.
Wow.
Yeah, 20 mil in the rear. That'll bring it out quite a bit. I think that's gonna look way better. That gap right there it's unacceptable. All right, 20 mil, 10 mil for this thing.
So 20 mil, 10 mil,
Yep.
and then for the Bentley you're getting what?
15 and 20.
15 and 20.
Yeah.
And then 10? And then
10, 20. 15, 20, 10,
And then
20, 40, 60.
What was it again?
12, 10.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
You doing okay?
Well, no.
Yeah? You're coming back from a root canal right now.
Yeah, I got a root canal the back molar.
Oh boy.
That's fine. What's up, loser?
What's up, brother? How's the teeth?
Good. I got nitrous oxide. They don't do that in Canada, by the way, in case you're wondering why I'm reacting to that. Like, you want the NOS? I was like,
You were like 2 bottles? Yeah. I need it by tonight.
but yeah, you still think you're gonna sleep the whole time.
Yeah.
You don't care. Like, talking to me after, I don't want to hear about it. So here's what we did. I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah.
But they did a root canal on my very back molar, and the dude has a thing they put down to. Have you had a root canal before?
No.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Basically, when your tooth has so much trauma, basically screwed, they can't repair it. So much trauma in the bottom of your tooth. They take a little it looks like a drill bit, and they go all the way down to your jaw with the thing, and they hone it out.
Oh.
But you can feel it. It's right back here.
Nice.
And then they just pack it full, but that guy's really good. But that one time where the freezing wasn't enough, I went, even with the gas, you're like, oh, well, yeah. That's what, I don't mind dentists. I just hate waiting for the pain and the sound of the drill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
In your mouth.
it's the worst.
Yeah.
But
Your mouth.
when I was a kid, I was so scared of dentists. Now I'm just like,
All right, whatever.
it's not gonna kill you. It's just annoying. But I am getting, actually be in the storage, I'm gonna film for the storage channel. Damien let me do a brand deal with the dentist, where I'll get a discount. I'm getting veneers.
Oh, nice.
And not because I want to be Mr. Hollywood, but I have all restorations and root canals in my front teeth, so they have to do caps anyways, which I don't want to do. So he's like, hey, let's make a video. So I'm gonna do it on the storage channel.
There you go.
Before and after.
Bright.
You guys can watch the whole thing.
Hollywood smile.
I'm not gonna go super bright.
I want you to. It'd be fun.
I am ordering wheel spacers.
Oh, those spacers.
Yeah, lunch soon, but I'm.
What can you eat right now?
No.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I also don't feel hungry.
I'm starving.
We have to go to the valley.
Bro.
And Mike will be driving Murcielago today.
Murcielago. Trying to do my
was
best
pretty
Damon
good.
inspiration.
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 There's not enough.
Restoration.
There's not enough. There's no flames, so I need to do your thing. If Alex can get flames with a 599, right?
Yeah.
And I want to ask him about the Bentley to get 1,000 horsepower because it's more power. By the way, tons of suspension. Like you do like 5 mil lower, suspension fault. Suspension fault.
Oh, really? So you're as slammed as you can go?
No. If I do like even a little bit, faults.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, anything?
Yeah.
So now at stop right hand, if you go any lower?
Yeah.
So we just need to reset it, I think. We'll just get the autel and just reset that stuff and see if it clears the codes. I guess if you do the links and you get it to the low ride height, then when you raise the suspension, it'll go to maybe stock.
It does. Yeah, I had it in my last Bentley.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry, Mr. Bentley.
I don't like cars when you drive them where it's like, oh, there's a certain way you have to do it now.
Yeah.
I don't like dashes. I don't like lights on my dash. Sorry, it's an nitrous oxide. I'm still. Let me drive after though. I was like, can I drive? They're like, man. You got
Give
a
us some
ride?
keys.
You got a ride? I was like, no, I'm joking. Nitrous oxide wears off right away. 5 minutes and it metastasizes and you're not high. I just can't talk because they numb the main nerve. My tongue's numb right now.
Let's see your tongue, Dave.
All right, so Tim's gonna pull out one of the lug bolts out of the Mercy so we can check to see if it's 12 mil or 14 mil. That's 14 mil.
Yeah, big.
So it's a 14 millimeter bolt, and it has the standard acorn style. I think that's what it's called, but it's just a taper. So the Porsches and Audis, some Audis and other stuff run like a rounded seat. So you got to make sure that you get the right bolts for whatever it is. But I was gonna order the bolt pattern on this car is the same as the BMW. But
That's cool.
yeah, but the BMWs, most of them run either, if they're a 14 mil, it's a 14 by 1.25. This is a 1.5, so they won't work. So I'm gonna have to order the bolts separately from the spacers. But that's good information. And if you guys are out there thinking like, oh my God, they're putting spacers on a car. There's a lot of like, I don't know, bad information out there that spacers are terrible and they ruin your car or whatever, you know, the rumors might be. If you buy spacers, make sure they're good quality. They need to be machined flat. They should be hub centric, which means they have that step coming out of them where basically on the hub, there's a step and the wheel locates on that step to make sure the wheel is not wobbling around. So that's important to get that, and that's the right size so it fits properly. But honestly, on a lot of aftermarket wheels that people buy and bolt on their cars, the hub-centric part of the wheel is bigger because it's made to fit a lot of cars, and people don't go and spend the time to find the hub-centric ring to put on there. So they're driving around basically just loaded on the lug nuts or bolts or studs or whatever they are. So that can be an issue. And really the only time I've seen issues with spacers are if you do a big slip-on spacer, like over an inch of a slip-on spacer, and you have a high horsepower car and you're not checking your lug nuts. So that one is very big. But that's a bolt-on spacer. So it's got the hub on the upright on the suspension and then this massive spacer, but then there's bolts that are bolting the spacer on. And then there's studs coming out of the spacer where the wheel bolts on. So you've got two separate things bolted. It's not one long stud that's running all the way through because those studs can twist. So when you have a really long bolt or stud sticking out of something and you're putting all the pressure on the end of it, it's gonna twist and it's gonna fail over time. It's gonna break off. If you have a hub-centric ring, that helps a lot. Then it's only really the power, the torque of the engine that's trying to spin the studs, or hard braking that's trying to spin them backwards. But so basically anything thicker than about a 20 millimeter, 25 millimeter, those should be bolt-on spacers. So you bolt the spacer onto the car and then you bolt the wheel onto the spacer. And then, like I said, you got to make sure they're good quality, because sometimes they use really, really cheap studs. So you get these really cheap studs on the outside that you're bolting the wheel to, and those can fail. So it's basically just do your homework, buy proper studs for your car. If you're gonna do a slip-on spacer, if you're gonna do bolt-on spacers, buy ones that have good studs in them. Or what I do often for the race cars is I'll buy like an ARP aftermarket, really, really good wheel stud, and then we'll basically go get the spacer, we'll press the studs out, we'll measure that bore, and if it needs to be a little bigger, we can drill it out and then press the spacers in. But it does take some time, but that way you get a good high quality spacer with good studs on the car that don't break. Like on my drift car that makes 1100 horsepower of the wheels that we really grip up, like we put all the grip in the car, try to make it as fast as possible, and I run spacers on that thing all the way around. On the front, I have like 20 mil slip-ons, and on the rear, probably 30 or 40 millimeter, depending on the track that we're running, bolt-on spacers. So I've never had one fail. I've seen other people have ones that failed, and it was because of cheap studs, or they're trying to run it for like multiple seasons. They've had it on the car for 5 years and it finally fails. Everything is kind of a consumable part on a race car. Everything needs to be checked. Everything needs to be replaced. Even honestly, the chassis of a car, after being a race car for 15 or 20 years, things can start to move around. All the sheet metal and stuff that's just like spot welded together starts to work itself loose. So if you're building an old high mileage chassis, seam welding, it's important. There's just so many little details that go into building and maintaining a race car. And I got way far off the topic of wheel spacers, but now you know. It's happening.
I will move this out of the way for you.
Thank you. Then I can get my Murcielago.
Somewhat out there. You just have to do a 20-point turn.
Yeah, I know. Well, I wore clean clothes today, knowing that
good for you.
Yeah, I was like calling Dave this morning. So, am I driving the Mercy? Because I gotta know. It's like my wardrobe has to match the Mercy. I can't have dirty clothes in this thing.
You're not gonna use the orange seat cover you made?
No, I'm not. Because I'm clean today. We'll save that for another day. Let's see if this bad boy fires up, even without a TPS sensor.
Oh, it drives better without it.
That's crazy.
I kind of miss when Tim's car would just randomly air up and down.
I know. It
was kind of fun.
It's gone.
Now it just starts and he drives out, but before it would jump around. Probably for the better though.
Definitely for the better. As far as like Tim being able to drive the car someday on the street, we're moving in the right direction, for sure. Dude, it just cracks me up how like ancient this little key fob is.
It's
like
goofy.
It's weird, and it's got like this stainless steel. I wonder if that holds
What's
it together.
that logo?
I do not know. It looks Soviet.
It's pretty cool.
Doesn't it? It looks like some I don't know. Well, we won't talk about that anymore. See if this thing works. Tim, you want to hold this for me so I don't
Yeah, exactly. The fun part of moving the Mercy. Alright, that's the maximum amount of room in that.
put that over there for Dave.
It's not going anywhere.
Oh, I think Mike made it. Try not to touch my feet on anything. There we go.
See? Easy.
Okay. Probably didn't get it dirty. been lowering a lot of cars lately. We lowered the Mercy, we lowered the Bentley. Now I'm gonna lower this thing again with a flip of a switch.
Bring it up, bring it up.
It goes so fast.
All right, put it down, Mike. Sick. Race mode. All right, careful.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to get out when you're not under a lift.
That's true.
It's still kind of a pain to get out, but it's a lot easier. Look at that, Dave's whistling his exhaust.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. I think it's like the exhaust is so plugged up and the thing's making so much like back pressure. There's so much exhaust air moving out. It gets to a point where it's like probably finding a little crack or past a gasket or something. It's making that whistling noise. We gotta fix that.
How bumpy the Oh, we're braking. But look how bumpy the freeway is. The Mercy's like
Mike's jumping
just
around.
jumping around like it's on the moon.
Like it's on the moon.
It's the what is it? The rover? Is that what it is?
The moon rover?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Is
thing.
Is that the robot or is that the one that the astronauts drive? What's the one that the astronauts drive?
The one that I don't know what they drive. It looks cool though.
Well, what's the name of it? It's the rover, right?
I don't know. I think the rover is just a little robot.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike, you getting shaken around in there? Whoa!
Oh!
The thing is like 480 bounty. I was actually looking at the suspension settings over here. I might stiffen the shocks up a bit so it's not so bouncy.
Yeah, you're getting a back massage even though you're not in the Bentley.
Eamon told me to tell you to put it number 4 for stiffness. It'll be better. I just clicked it up right now. Still bouncy, but it's a little bit more controlled.
So bouncy.
Number 4. It was in number 1 and it was like really bouncy, rolly, and just put it in number 4. And the freeway's super like bumpy, choppy here, but it's better.
We were at Gintani talking about some major upgrades in the Bentley, and Alex had a really good idea. If you haven't watched the main video, I won't spoil it here, but we're all gonna add some serious power to it. I don't want to make this car stupid where it's like, you gotta go to a certain gas station because they have E85. I want to drive this car.
That tunnel blast?
It sounds like it's an Urus.
Alright.
It sounds like an Urus with like a sport exhaust and no burble.
Yeah.
With a bit of burble. I don't love burble, to be honest with you. I don't love the fake burble.
No, I think the Urus burble's over the top.
Yeah, I had IPE exhaust on mine, and did we tune it? I don't remember now. I didn't have it very long. I didn't love the Urus because it was so much money for an RSQA. Like, there's one event in it. There's no Audi blah 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 with a V12. No. So even the Huracan's kind of like, I wish they wouldn't do that, but I get it. They want to make money. We're going to Five Guys. Tim, do I turn left up here?
Yep, left up here.
Tim, have you ever had Five Guys before at the same time?
Depending on the context, yes and no.
You should have said yes and yes. Oh.
That's nice, the gray. That's a cool color.
She looked very afraid. I was like, that's
Not a fan. Nice car.
Hey, lady, I like that car. How many horsepower does you go on that thing? Can Tim go on the back?
Wait, what?
My friend Tim, we're YouTubers. She's like,
Oh, okay.
Officers a stolen Bentley. I'm not party in the club. I'm the same as you. We have luxury cars.
Yeah.
It's like, click.
You miss your G-Wagon, Dave?
No.
Not at all. Not one bit?
No, I do not. They're cool. They're just so much money for what you are, what they are, and they were cool. I can't talk today.
It's okay.
They were cool when they appreciated or held their value because it was like driving for free. But to buy one and lose $100 grand
Sheesh.
or more right now, I'm not down for that. The thing is, people don't realize people that buy exotic cars don't really spend any money in the sense that they buy these things and they usually hold value or appreciate. But to actually lose money, like, not many people can actually afford to lose money.
It's gotta be worth it.
Yeah, it has to be worth it. That Raptor is sick. You know what? I'm gonna say it. I like the look of a Raptor better than a TRX.
I agree.
TRX, more power, respect that. Raptor, it's cool. The problem with the TRX is they made the Rebel the same grille and the same headlights. So it's like, you really gotta look at it to tell the difference. Versus like a Raptor's like, that's a Raptor. A lot less power though. And the Raptor R, I'm not paying $200,000 for a car. But that one right there, that's like a 2020 plus. That one's sick. The Nardo, I want that truck. Hey, 1 second. Yo, give me that truck. How far to Five Guys?
Half a mile.
Still?
Yeah.
You said that half a mile ago.
No, I said that a mile ago.
Exactly.
We just had Five Guys.
How was your food, Dave?
The memory of the flavor succeeds the flavor I tasted today.
It's deep, brother. Were you able to eat okay with the old tooth?
No, my tooth sore. They told me because they're right in my jawbone essentially. They're like, you're gonna be sore for a few days. And I was like, no, I won't. It's not awful, it's just annoying more than anything.
Yeah.
The issue I have is I'm freaking tired. I went to bed late last night. I don't have dental anxiety, but I don't sleep that good the night before for obvious reasons, so I'm beat. And right now it's 2 hours back to the shop, so we're gonna go find some, something to keep us busy. What do you guys wanna see in LA? Comment below, what do you wanna see? If you're not from here, I know the ability to get here, what are things we haven't shown you that LA is known for? We got a whole bunch of aero lights on the 599, including a flashing low oil light. We think it might be a glitch because the battery is dead. You have an F1 issue, a coolant issue. Here, I'll show you guys. It's like gearbox failure, oil, coolant, blah, 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 blah.
Not good, bro.
Go to it. Not Tim's doing.
She is a little low. Maybe for like a quart. It's a little low.
Do we have the right oil here?
Let me check what this needs.
What's that?
Let me check what this needs real quick. That's brake fluid. That's not our oils. One last drawer. Move, move, move. No, we have 540, 530, 540. We don't have a 60, I don't. 40, 40, 50 is the closest we have. And this is DCT oil. All right, we have to make a parts run to an auto parts store. It is leaving for a night drive, but being super aggressive on that car, I guess that's it's burning oil. I don't know if they do that normally, but maybe something with the tune and everything, but it's gonna need like at least a quart of 1060. So it's a matter of time because they're gonna end up closing soon and the drive's starting in like 20 minutes. Always on time. Right above the min. So it could use like a quart, maybe two. Well, I would throw a quart in for tonight just to be safe. Pretty easy. Just have to pop the hood and fill it here. So no big deal really, but definitely needs some oil. But I think this happened before one time when the car died and we had to put the jumper back on it. It started with like half cylinders because the voltage was too low. So maybe if we restart it, it'll clear all the lights, but it's a little bit low on oil, so I would just add a quart for safety. But maybe if we just restart it, it'll clear everything.
You think if we turn it off, it'll turn back on again?
Probably not. So I'm gonna get the other jumper pack because I jumped it right now and it already went down to 50%.
All right.
I'll grab the other one. Hopefully this one's full. All right, looks like we're full, but might as well take both just in case because you never know how many times this car's gonna get jumped tonight. No latch back here. All right. It's not opening. I'm waiting for the trunk and it's not opening. We have a manual one? No?
No.
We have a manual latch, but since the gas is here also, I should check this.
So the gas cap isn't opening too? How are we doing on gas?
A little under 3/4.
A
turn off the noise for a second.
So what are you doing?
I'm gonna pop the trunk first. Is it open?
Yeah, just open.
So put this boy in there. That's a spare. Oh, it opened now. Oh, it only opens when the car's off.
Oh, I guess that's smart.
That's, I guess.
Well, what if you like put your foot over there and you open your gas cap while driving?
Oh, here, so close the trunk. Maybe it only opens when it's off also. No, it just doesn't open. Okay, well, at least the gas cap's good, so. Get a quart of oil, and then you guys are
Well,
good to
will
go.
it start?
Oh, well, you close the trunk, so probably not.
Let's find out if it starts.
Wait, where'd Dave go?
I have no idea.
Good question. Good
He's
question.
probably going to his panic room right now.
He's panicked.
And
Should we get
he's
oil?
in his room.
Should we get oil for him? Or
See
do you
if it
guys?
starts. Because then we could just take the car.
Okay. I don't think it will, Mark.
What are you reaching for?
Good question.
Okay. Oh. Still got all the lights?
Yeah. All right, so let's go find Dave and see what he wants to do about this. If he wants to just go, or if we should make a quick run and grab a couple quarts of oil.
Clock's ticking.
Dave, you need a quart of oil.
A quart? That's a liter.
A quart.
Is that a liter?
You need a bottle
Do we
or
have
two.
oil here?
No.
Not the right weight, but it's not super low to where it's bad. It's just right above the minimum line. But I'm not sure.
Let's just go.
I don't think it's a good idea.
Yeah. Let's go.
Well, all right.
Dave will buy me another when I wrap this one. It's like my dad, my sugar daddy sounds like. Is that battery thing plugged into it still?
No, but it started, so
Did it really?
hopefully it starts again.
Let's find out.
The key's on your butt.
It's been a little bit.
It's been 30 seconds.
So, that flashing oil light was just a glitch. It went away.
Oh, nice.
The E or the F1 transmission error went away.
So it's like low voltage or something.
But it is low on oil. So yeah, it's okay. So you told me not to drive it and you were wrong.
I didn't say not to drive it.
What did he say?
I said it wasn't a good idea. But that doesn't mean I didn't.
If you're gonna be a politician, you find a message and you stick to it. You can't go back and forth. The press will eat you alive, Tim.
But that's how you win
The
followers.
press will eat you alive.
Vote for me, re-election 2020. What year is it? 4.
You guys comment below. Would you vote for Tim for president or Dave _DDE, a man of integrity who never lies?